Okay. Okay, good morning, everybody. Dan Bates, President and CEO of the Greater Hamilton Chamber of Commerce, and I am live from the Markham lobby because we have Hamilton Links meeting going on upstairs. So we're glad you could join us this morning for Coffee and Conversation. We have a great guest speaker today, as always. Today, Shaun Higgins, the Vice Chair of the Hamilton Visitor Center, and he's going to be giving us updates on, like, I think a new location and a new name and a new look and all the exciting stuff. So we are on Zoom. Those of you who are joining us on Facebook Live, if you have questions, you can type them in and Tiffany or Laura will repeat them to the speaker to get them answered. And if you're on Zoom, you can just interrupt the speaker and we'll get started. So you know who I am, we're going to find out who you are.
All right, welcome everyone. I'm Laura Merrill with the Greater Hamilton Chamber. Glad to have you all joining us today. We're excited to hear about all the exciting things going on at the Hamilton Visitor Center. We're going to go around and everyone let me know your name and what company you're with. Scott, we will start with you.
Scott Hetzel with Saxon Group Health Insurance.
Thank you. Glad to have you with us today.
Thanks.
Chris.
Chris Cannell, I'm the coordinator of community outreach for the Hamilton City Schools.
Thank you. Glad to have you with us today, Chris. Ben.
Good morning, Ben. Good morning, Ben Cornish with First Financial Bank, Community Outreach and Financial Wellness Officer.
Glad to have you with us today, Ben. Gino.
Glad to be here.
Good morning, Gino McGowan. I am the new Member Relations Director at the Greater Hamilton Chamber of Commerce.
We are excited to have Gino with us. And
Thank
Tiffany?
Hi, I'm Tiffany Grubb. I'm the Director of Marketing at the Greater Hamilton Chamber.
All right, so that's all of us. Shaun, we will let you kick it off.
Very good. Good morning. Thank you for having me. I'm Shaun Higgins. My daytime job is Executive Director of the Fit and Family YMCA branch on the west side of Hamilton, and wherever else I can help out around the community. This morning, I want to talk about what was called the Hamilton Visitor Center. Yes, we'll call it the Hamilton Visitor Center. The organization will be formally known as the Hamilton Visitors Bureau. We're going through a renaissance right now. To give a little background, the Visitors Bureau used to be Visitors and Convention Bureau, has gone through many changes over the years in Hamilton. There used to be a city position to run the Visitors Bureau. Then there was a volunteer position, and it's gone through many different phases. I joined the volunteer board a number of years ago, and it's gone through. I ended up jumping into the chair position. The person who was leading it, again, it was for the most part volunteers, but with an assistant from the city. The person who was leading it fell ill and couldn't continue, so I jumped in, and we've gone the last few years, just prior to COVID, we have gone through a renaissance of what our function is going to be, our relationship with the city, and our relationship with the Butler County Visitors Bureau. By the way, I'm also on the board with the Butler County Visitors Bureau. And we've gone through many changes and put together contracts and agreements, and we have kind of come out on the other end and position ourselves as being the welcoming arm of Hamilton to visitors who come to the city. The timing of this has all been very interesting, obviously, with so much going on in the city. The biggest part of that being Spooky Nook, but so many other things going on. You talk about just looking at Main Street and High Street. We're hearing so much about people outside our city saying, what's going on in Hamilton? There actually now, and over the past few years, there have become reasons to come to Hamilton. The concerts at River's Edge, obviously Fit and Center for Creative Arts, the festivals going on, the unique eating establishments, unique drinking establishments as well. You know, there's that sequence again, depending on where you come from, to live, work, and play. They talk about an area to live, work, and play. People are coming into play. They're coming in to work. Businesses, again, speaking to a chamber audience here, businesses are finding this very attractive because of the chain reaction. When you have a place that people want to be and stay because there's activities going on, it becomes very much more attractive for businesses to be here. People then start wanting to visit. I think we've all looked around and seen a change over the last 10, 15 years where where you would see the, tumbleweeds going down the sidewalk at 7 o'clock in the evening in downtown Hamilton. Now, oh no, there's people loitering in the streets and activity going on. We're very excited. Obviously, everybody's very excited. So the Visitors Bureau, going through its renaissance now, we are going to be moving our visitor center. Some people may not even realize the visitor center was there. It was a beautiful spot, but kind of hidden in the basement, or not the basement, but the first level of the Anthony Wayne building. I'm not sure if everybody's familiar, but kind of you come down High Street and you're staring right at Billy Yank, but you turn to get on the bridge. Off there to the left is where the visitor center was located. Obviously, the Anthony Wayne being sold for development, which is exciting. That means we have to find a new home. And we also took the opportunity to look at what is it we do. So 2 years ago, we went through strategic planning with our board. And by the way, I want to throw on this, again, this is an entire volunteer board for the Hamilton Visitors Bureau. Went through a strategic session of, okay, what are we and what are we doing? What is our purpose? I mean, when it comes down to it, what everybody wants to know, what is your mission? What is your purpose? Working with the city, working with Butler County Visitors Bureau, we have positioned ourselves to be the welcoming arm, as I mentioned, to Hamilton. So we work in marketing, but we don't have a staff. But so that's our agreement with the Butler County Visitors Bureau, is that, and we should back up a little bit, our agreement with the city, like every Visitors Bureau around the country, we are funded through a hotel tax. So a portion of people staying and coming in to Hamilton is returned to the Visitors Bureau so that we can then market further and create the space for welcoming people. So we have an agreement with the city for the hotel tax, and we use part of that funds to employ our agreement with the Butler County Visitors Bureau for marketing the city of Hamilton. So they have the opportunity, they're in a position to get out around the country and go find those events, conventions. For instance, we have a firefighter convention coming into town. They're able to go and pitch the city of Hamilton to those events, also be able to help us with marketing for getting outside of the city. So one of the things you may see, or may not see, I should say, is really any marketing from us or Butler County very much in this area, because we're marketing outside the area to bring people in. And our function is not to, we love 17 Strong, but our function isn't to market 17 Strong. That's local, that's inside, that's folks within, you want to talk about that circle, but we want to find those things that will attract people from outside the city of Hamilton. So that's where we focus on as far as marketing, working with the Butler County Visitors Bureau. And then we are going to be the welcoming arm. So we are putting together a new visitor center, and I'm going to see if I can share my screen here. Share screen. Okay, and I'm going to pull up. Is that all right? Did that come up? Is that visible to everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so what we have here, some of you may be familiar with Alexander's Market. Some may be personally involved with Alexander's Market. We are going to be moving to what you could consider that lobby area right in the middle of downtown Hamilton. Beautiful visibility, both to us and from us. So if you look at what is some we call the Star Tech building right by Alexander's Market, we are going to be moving into that lobby area. As you see, that's where the front door, the steps in the front door are going into Alexander's. There's the lobby. So what is happening right now is that there is construction going on. We are going to create the visitor center desk area right here. I'm hoping everybody can tell what I'm doing here, but this will be where our visitor center will be. So we will be having volunteers who work there. We've always had volunteers, and they will be greeting and also informing. We look to have racks with information of businesses, events, and attractions around Hamilton, decorating this area, of course. And then moving back, these are the other stairs. These are the doors to go outside to 2nd Street. We have the stairs go upstairs. And then creating back here, it's actually going to be an office. It looks like a conference room, but it's going to be an office right there, so that our one employee, Pat Arnold, you may remember Pat Arnold, who used to work at the Fitness Center for Creative Arts. She is our office manager. That was something that we also was new to us over our renaissance the last couple of years, is that we actually have an employee, which we didn't before, that we were getting busy, and so busy enough that we had to have someone actually run this facility. And Pat's done a wonderful job in branching out, bringing in volunteers to be the welcoming end, and paying attention to making sure that we're up to date with what we have and current, and also being able to answer phone calls and people coming in to see what we have to offer in the city of Hamilton. So that's a quick look at what is in construction right now. This will be the new Welcome Center for the Visitors Bureau. I keep calling it the Visitors Bureau, but we're changing that too. So this will be the new Welcome Center for the city of Hamilton. So when you have guests in town, here's where you can get information. You'll be able to call, stop by, pick up information, brochures, maps. And this is where people wandering in Hamilton, it's just, again, right there on High Street next to 2nd Street, high visibility area. We're going to be able to take advantage of these windows that will be able to put signage in and keep rotating. So we're excited that we're going to be able to have a very visible location and a very modern location where we're going to be able to service the visitors to Hamilton. I mentioned Pat Arnold. She is, as I mentioned, our office manager. As I said, that's something that we started having a need for over the past couple of years, purely volunteer driven with the board and with the folks who are at the desk at the visitor center. But to have someone to pay attention, and Pat has done a wonderful job. We are expanding, even with that office there, that lobby there, we are expanding a little bit. We're kind of testing the waters, working with Spooky Nook to be able to at least have a small setup on busy weekends over at Spooky Nook. When we were shopping for locations, one of the ideas brought up was, well, so we should have our location at Spooky Nook. Well, yes, we'd like to have a presence, but we talked about that it would be kind of hard for folks just to find who are coming in visiting at other times who may not be here for a sporting event. So we're going to have at least a presence at Spooky Nook, but we want to be in downtown and visible so we can be helpful. Another function of the Hamilton Visitors Bureau is we do have, with the hotel tax, opportunities to help in marketing for events that would bring people into the city of Hamilton. So we have what we call marketing assistance grants that folks can apply for online that, again, we use to work with the Butler County Visitors Bureau to market events outside the area to bring people in. Large events, examples of things we've helped out with in the past, Operation Pumpkin, some of the larger events we have helped out with Ice Fest when that was around, and some other things that again are attractions to bring visitors to Hamilton. So we do have some marketing assistance. what we do is we have an application online. And again, the idea with Visitors Bureau is the phrase heads in beds. The more people that come in, the more time spent, the more hotel rooms, the longer period, the more value it is to the city of Hamilton, the businesses in Hamilton. So that's one of the criteria for with help for awarding marketing assistance. Now, with marketing assistance, we're not handing over checks. We again, depending on our scale, and again, with all those factors in, we have an amount that we will work with on top of what the event will be marketing themselves. So in other words, we will add additional marketing to what the event is doing as we work with Butler County Visitors Bureau with the marketing team there. So that is an opportunity to, again, build into what is going on. So that's another arm of what we're doing with the Visitors Bureau. And now I can't hold back any longer. Okay, we're not going to be called the Visitors Bureau any longer. No longer Hamilton Visitors Bureau. We thought this was a great opportunity with, having to shut the doors for the visitor center. This was an opportunity to not only move, but recreate what we are and rebrand what we are. So we're getting rid of the old Facebook. We looked at the, Hamilton Visitors Bureau. It's just not what we want to represent anymore. So we have changed our name, and I'm going to share my screen again to show you our new branding. There it is. Visit Hamilton, Ohio, or Visit Hamilton OH, as our website is going to be. So there it is. Sorry, I have to make this exciting. Visit Hamilton, Ohio. So that is our new logo. We're not going to call ourselves the Hamilton Visitors Bureau anymore. This is going to be Visit Hamilton, Ohio office. It will be the Welcome Center because, again, we want to welcome people. But this is our new logo. It's our new branding. So we'll be creating a new website, new Facebook presence, letting the other one just fade away. So this is our new logo, Visit Hamilton, Ohio. Our website will be Visit Hamilton OH. So that's how I'm going to refer to it from now on. One of the recent projects that we have been working on, excuse me, with the city is I don't know if you have had an opportunity to see the walking maps around the area. Again, working with the chamber, working with the city. These are very, very cooperative effort. And we put some time as well as some finances into it. The walking maps that you'll see on lampposts or utility poles. And it's been a very interesting project, as well as the maps that, again, someone can tear off and take with them so that we can be able to share what we have going on. Someone comes into town. What do? I don't know. What's around? Boom. We have the maps. And Jacob Stone Welch did a great job of finding a design. I don't know if has anybody seen the walking maps on the signs around the city. It's a great idea. Great idea. It was interesting because down in over the Rhine saw something similar, but it was the sidewalk sandwich board just didn't have the look or the class or the permanence that this signage does. And I think Jacob did a great job with that. So that is also one of the ongoing projects we're working with, as well as the chamber and others who have the input into this, is to make sure that it keeps moving forward. We keep it updated, and events change. I think working with the chamber, that there will be one side of those three-sided walking signs that will actually change as things come up. So what we're looking forward to right now is a grand reopening with our new image, with our new name. Like I said, this will be exciting for us to be able to share with folks, say what's going on, what's happening in Hamilton. As I mentioned, we were getting a lot of foot traffic and calls where we are located. So we're looking forward to more right now. Trying to think if there's any other major function that we want to get out there, but that's our big news right now. I know it's not necessarily an hour's worth of information, but that is where we are right now. I have been chair for a number of years. We recently at our annual meeting did a little changing of the guard, and you always need fresh new blood. So I'm stepping aside as chair after getting through a lot of the transition over the last few years. Going to be vice chair. Stephanie Rose from the Marriott is stepping in as chair. I would like to put a thought in some folks' heads. We have a board of volunteers from different areas of commerce, interest, activity, from retired to, obviously I'm at the Y. We have Stephanie at the hotel, businesses. I would like to put out that we would like some new interested parties to join us on the Visitor Center board. Again, our two main functions are to be the welcoming arm into Hamilton, to get information out, to also help with marketing for events that would draw people to Hamilton, and also manage the Visitor Center. So this would be an opportunity, I think, for folks who would be interested in, again, building the revenue that comes from visitors to help us out. So I'm putting the invitation out. If someone would like more information about being part of our board, we meet once a month for about an hour and a half. And again, Pat runs the visitor center, very much a function of her. She is very much the day-to-day end of it, and we're able to keep things moving forward and make the decisions about the marketing and what we can do to keep things fresh for visitors in Hamilton. So I put that invitation out as well, if anybody's interested in being part of our board. Does anybody have any questions while I'm here?
Is there any requirements to be a part of I'd love to be a part of the board or figure out more information on it. Is there any requirements to be a part of that board, or what's?
No, there aren't any requirements. What we'd like you to do is, obviously, we'd like to find out that it's really about folks who are willing to commit and be interested. It's not a huge commitment. Obviously, it's a monthly commitment, but it's very much about that. Our requirement is that no one has an agenda for themselves. That it is all about what we can do to create a great experience, hopefully these wow moments for people coming to Hamilton. So that would be my only criteria, is that there's no personal agenda.
Got it. Okay.
When are your meetings, Shaun?
We meet on the fourth Wednesday of the month at 11 o'clock. And we rotate through different locations periodically so that we're all familiar with different locations. We've been meeting, for instance, last couple of months at the hotel because we didn't have a home. We're working on that. And we've got some really great neighbors. Dan's not on anymore, is he? Okay. But anyway, we've got some really great neighbors in Alexander's Restaurant. The fourth Wednesday, 11 o'clock, right. We're meeting at the hotel. I should mention some other members. We do have a representative from Fitness Center for Creative Arts. We have a representative from Pyramid Hill Sculpture Park. We have a representative. We have someone who is on our board who works at Matandy. We have someone on our board who works at Richard's Pizza. We have let's see, one, if not two, retired folks. Again, this is a cross section of folks who are interested in building Hamilton. So, and I'm sorry, is it Scott? Is that your first name?
Yes.
Okay, Scott. I've got, my name is, I don't know. Laura has my name, my phone number, probably my cell, my Facebook, my address.
Okay. I'll get it from somebody.
Yeah.
Do you feel comfortable sharing maybe your email or an email
Sure.
someone could contact you at, or
Actually,
Stephanie?
Absolutely, yes. And again, Stephanie's taking over as chair, and what our plan is that Stephanie would be coming back here before too long when everything's put together. We have a grand opening and she can really do a big release on it. And again, it's just 2 weeks I stepped aside, but my email here at the Y is shiggins or Shiggins at GMV, which stands for Great Miami Valley, YMCA.org. So it's Higgins at GMVYMCA.org.
Got it.
How soon did you say the building's going to be open, Shaun?
I didn't, because I don't know, Chris. We are, and again, this is something I do want to say thank you to. I should have said this earlier. Thanks for bringing this up, Chris. We appreciate working with the city. Joshua was very involved with helping us find a new location. He had a couple different places that City Manager Joshua Smith had that he personally said, hey, come over here and look at this. And we found this location. This building is owned by the Core Fund. And we have had fantastic treatment from the Core Fund to have this build out and to be able to have something that's affordable that we can hopefully stay for a long time. Obviously our only income is through the hotel, the bed tax, and that's where again we kind of regenerate ourselves through that. So we are in a very good position thanks to, again, working with the city, the Community Foundation, the Core Fund. So to your point, Chris, I don't have a definite date yet. I know that we have a couple walls up for the office. They're working on colors right now. Kind of being third removed from this because the Core Fund is approved who is going to be doing the build out and working on the build out. So the good and the bad of it is I don't have my hands in that. So hopefully before too long. Spring is coming. People are going to be out and about, but the build is in process.
One other question, with all the tax breaks Spooky Nook has gotten, are they paying hotel tax to the Visitors Bureau?
The funds we get come from the city. The hotel tax goes to the city, and then we get the funds from there. So I don't have those numbers. I have no idea. Don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they will. I mean, any hotel stays at Spooky Nook facility would still pay into the bed tax.
Yeah. I mean, it's there. I don't know what, the tax breaks may be in other areas. I don't know. Please don't quote me. But yeah, that is all over the county, all over the state, all over the country. That's how Visitors Center operates. And that's how cities generate, being able to do some of the improvements they need to do.
Mm-hmm. Good. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, we certainly have some exciting times in Hamilton for the Visitors Bureau. You may remember, Shaun, that was where I actually started out here in the city, was working with the Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Back when it was the Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Mm-hmm. Yep, way back. Certainly a lot of things were going on then. We kind of dwindled down, but now we've got so many exciting things going on. Can you share some of what the strategic plan is for the Visitor Center or Visit Hamilton, Ohio?
You probably actually have more of the history. I know bits and pieces, knowing some of the personalities that have been involved through the years. So this has gone through a lot of different phases, and I'm excited because and I don't want this to sound like me, but we went through a change after the volunteer left, that we were able to really put it together, the strategic plan of what our function is, because I think it was kind of all over the place depending on who was either appointed or volunteering, because again, it went through so many different phases that we've come to the decision in a couple different areas that again, our purpose is the welcoming arm and the marketing assistance. We can't be everything to everybody. We're not going to be the trinket shop. At one point, that was a big part of the convention's Visitors Bureau. Number one, as we came up with our strategic plan and our strategic ideas moving forward, retail is not our thing. And thank goodness, because the Hamiltonian opened up their shop. It's like, that's perfect. That's great. They could, they do well what they do. Let's do what we do best. And again, being able to be the opening door, the welcoming arm is where we've fine-tuned what we're going to do, and then the marketing assistance and being able to, part of this, a lot of things go into the process. Again, creating a criteria and a plan for how marketing assistance is awarded. And I'm really trying not to discourage anybody, but it was very loose before. To be able to have data-driven criteria for amounts of marketing assistance is very important, so that, again, it's less subjective, and it's very much a criteria. So we're able to have that function and be able to plot out that budget of what we're going to be able to award, and where that money is going to go. So it doesn't sound like a huge deal, but it was a huge deal to create our specific goals and have everybody aligned for that, the strategy, and have it in writing. Because as I said, it wasn't bad. It's just gone through so many different phases. And now I think we're in a place of where we need to be moving forward with the future, with the Visitors Bureau. So I don't want to make it sound, I'm looking for those words. Don't want to make it sound disparaging, but there were times it was floundering, and there were times of different directions. So we just have focused and again rebranded, and we're going to have as soon as we get built, we're going to have a big coming out party. We're going to have a grand opening with, we're going to share some time with Alexander's and be able to have bright signage in that window, those windows there on that corner, and build up that area of Hamilton, and capture that foot traffic and be able to help people as they come to town.
So
Shaun-
if someone, go
Okay.
ahead, Chris.
I was just wondering, the other organizations that were at the Anthony Wayne, what is the City of Sculpture and the orchestra?
Yes.
Are they moving over where you are as well?
Good point. There wasn't, everybody kind of had our own idea. That was a good, to back up a little bit and explain Chris's point. We also, in that area in the first level Alexander's, we also had the sharing space with us, renting a room from us. We had what was the Hamilton Fairfield Symphony Orchestra at one time, now Butler County Philharmonic, and also City of Sculpture, renting space and storage from us. As word came down of the Anthony Wayne selling, everybody was kind of looking for what their needs are now and to carry them in the future. So we are not housing them. We have, obviously, we don't have the space we did before. We're willing to, if someone wants to meet, although we don't have a big room, we have an office, but everybody's kind of going their own way. Philharmonic was really looking for more storage area. So they were trying to find that space for, the music and so forth. They were more in the storage area. The City of Sculpture, less about storage, more about meeting space. So they're finding their area. So we're not housing them. We're not collecting rent from them anymore, which again changed our budget. That was a part of what we were able to utilize. So they're finding their own space. I'm not sure where they landed. Again, I spent some time, number of phone calls with Lauren Sprague, trying to find where, we were talking about finding space with Philharmonic. And again, working with Jacob Stone. He is the city representative that sits with our board, comes to our meeting. So again, he was with us the whole way. So everybody's finding their own space.
So Shaun, if someone is interested in contacting Visit Hamilton, Ohio, what is their contact information?
At this point, I'm not gonna put that out there because we're having, moving the phone over is an issue.
Okay.
And if I put that out there and people call, I can't get an answer, they're gonna be frustrated. And likewise, our website and Facebook has not been put together yet, because literally we just rebranded this. We just finalized this rebranding last month.
Okay.
So it is all a work in process, very very exciting work in process. But that's where I'm not holding anything back. It's just, you can't get a hold of us right now in certain areas. We do have, Pat is over there. We just have a desk sitting there with a couple of chairs right now at the location if anybody stops by. But again, it's, sure, would I have loved to have been open for Easter? Yeah, but I'd rather have it done right and done well. So we're not quite ready yet.
Okay,
We're
that's fine.
kind of went dark for a little bit, but it's boiling, it's bubbling, it's boiling up.
Oh, it's super exciting. And obviously there's some transitional process and moving and getting everything constructed and getting everything moved over. So we definitely understand that. So once you are all up and running, we'll definitely do another coffee with you and Stephanie or whoever is all appropriate at the time. And
Sure.
maybe we can even do it from the location. That would be super exciting.
That would be very cool.
We definitely need to do a ribbon cutting for you all when you get everything open over there too.
Well, yeah, talking with Dan, he said he never did a grand opening ribbon cutting for Alexander. So we talked about being able to do it together, which again, draw attention to that corner. That'd be fantastic. Again, the cooperation is great.
Oh, that would be exciting. And then just one random thought while I'm thinking of it, as far
Yes.
as like visiting the city and traveling around, we do have the Explore Hamilton app, which is also a great tool to find. So if you're on go your app store, go Google Play, it's Explore Hamilton OH. Definitely download that. And when you're visiting the city, you can find restaurants, you can find activities. We've got,
And we'll be promoting that. Absolutely. Yes.
I think you all have like QR codes. So actually when you're around the city on some of those signs, there are QR codes on there to help download the app. Yeah, we've got community events on there. So any community event, if you visit our hamilton-ohio.com, on the left is a scrolling calendar. Under there is a submit community event. Every organization is welcome to add their event there because that is the funnel to the app. So when you add it to that, we will get it on the app. And then as people are visiting the city and they want to check out what activities are nearby, maybe it's concerts, maybe it's a event at Markham Park, add it on here, then people are going to be able to find it and check out all the fun restaurants, any businesses that are members of the chamber, you all are listed on there. So we're always looking for more ways to get the app out to people because it's just such an amazing resource.
Hey, Shaun.
Yes, sir.
What about, I got a thought about the BCRTA and getting businesses to pay into this as well. If they had digital signage inside the buses that would run and, kind of, if you've been to Disney World, it shows you where, when you're riding around, it shows you what park here, what restaurant is here, or the digital signage on inside the buses on what's available in Hamilton.
I don't know who, I guess part of this would be finding out who would be the ridership.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. I don't know.
I don't either.
Just
Yeah,
have to think about it.
Yeah, one of the things, again, we want to get back to focusing on, we always go back to reaching marketing, our marketing dollars reaching outside of Hamilton. Obviously, again, being the welcoming arm, we've got two parts of this. Welcoming arm, when people come in, how to get around. But
Or it might be with the city with the trolley service that they're talking about doing, or
the new free ridership, that would be very interesting.
There will be Explore Hamilton QR codes digitally in the locomotive cars. So there'll be ads for that to download. And they'll have in there too, like what to eat, drink, where to go. They will have that.
And that's what's exciting is that, again, being able to have this covered again with these cooperative efforts with the city and the chamber and the visitors bureau, that there's signage right in front of your face when you're walking. There's the tear off maps you can carry with you. there's also then an opportunity to, carry on your phone and even check in advance things that are going on. So again, these ways to promote when people come to town, the welcoming arm of the welcome center. So again, getting them here is the other function, and that's where we work with the marketing dollars of letting people outside the city know what's going on here. The folks who are coming in other words, if they've scheduled something for if they're part of a convention, if they're part of a sporting event, they're coming into town. They're already set. That's been taken care of already because we were able to, not we personally, but working with the Butler County Visitors Bureau, able to capture that event and bring it in. So there is a captive audience. So now what do they do when we're here? That's the area we want to capitalize with that arm. So again, the first part is getting them here, and then when they're here, welcoming and making sure as we all say, they don't get back in their car, they find what they need right here without getting in their car and going elsewhere. Scott, if you are interested in learning more, again, my email shiggins@gmvymca.org. I'm looking at my calendar, so we have our meeting coming up. Where's April? 2 weeks from tomorrow, the 26th. So if anybody is interested, please let me know. We'll be getting out an agenda. If you'd like to come see what the personalities and who all is involved and what we can do moving forward, would very much welcome you.
Yeah, definitely interested. I've got your email. I'll shoot you over an email. I'm going to talk to Jamie Charlton, who's the owner of my company, because the main thing is I'm not from Hamilton, but Saxon has a very good relationship with you guys, and we want to build you guys up. I'm in the West Side over in Bridgetown, and when you say that people are talking about Hamilton, like I've heard the name Spooky Nook more times, and just seeing all the restaurants. I joined your Facebook page, the amount of restaurants and ribbon cuttings and stuff. So being an outsider looking in, like it is true, you're not the things are growing, and we'd love to be a part of it. So I think being a part of that board, I'd love to give ideas and things to support you guys and see how we could help out.
I appreciate it. You bring up an interesting point, because you said being an outsider looking in, it looks exciting. You know how they it's almost a biblical term, you're not famous in your own hometown. When people say for so long Hamiltonians were down on Hamilton. That's been a big part of the change that has gone on, that people outside are excited, and people in Hamilton for a long time, oh, there's nothing going on here. Well, there's a lot going on here. So we also have to be on a personal level positive about what we have in our city. If you're waiting in line for those that go to the new Starbucks or Bixby Coffee or whatever, if the line seems longer, but the plate in front of you is from out of state, let's be thankful. Let's be thankful, because if you don't want traffic, then it's a ghost town. So I think that's something that, again, we all try to be careful about, not be careful about, but remember our language, I'll call it. And this is me getting on a soapbox. So I'm not telling anybody anything they don't know, but for so long there was, a lot of Hamiltonians were really down on Hamilton. And I think a lot of people worked real hard to change that, and we all have changed our image. So we want to be thankful when we see those out-of-state plates, because that money is being deposited in this city, and we'll cut down on our taxes. So yeah, it's a good thing.
And one thing we found when we visited Spooky Nook in Pennsylvania is that the people that they have coming in to visit that facility, they might just be there for a day or two, for the weekend, for that sporting event. But those people saw what was in that area, and they would come back and visit later also. So it's not just about what happens that day when they're here to visit, but they see that we've got outdoor activities, we have concerts, we have all these different things going on in our area. They'll come back and visit, and then maybe stay for a whole week and have a vacation here and go out and visit all the things around our area.
It's interesting seeing some of the research that we were able to put through to get through through visitors bureaus. there's information and a lot of this did happen around Butler County. We were able to get some information from the Butler County Visitors Bureau as people got more interested in traveling. Okay, who wants to travel? Who wants to travel? But also the other side, who is willing, how many people are willing, or what is the atmosphere or temperature of people willing to have travelers in? And that's starting to change. That has increased. That has gotten better. There was a time, especially during the rough period a couple of years ago, people were not excited about having visitors here. That is turning around. So again, there is, we have, be able to get these surveys and research to find the temperature of not only people willing to go out, but also how accepting people are for others to come in. So it's been, there's been some good research done that is it's turning very positive.
All right. Any more questions for Shaun? Y'all are quiet today. I know that you won't want to share your contact info yet, Shaun, but the thing is, this is going to be on YouTube and it's going to be Facebook on there. Do you know what the email address or phone number for the visitors Visit Hamilton, Ohio will be? Because someone could be watching this 6 months from now, a year from now. Not that you wouldn't be a good contact. If anybody wants to contact Shaun, you're more than willing. He will certainly pass your information on. I was just thinking though, that for long-term purposes, do you
Quite honestly, I don't know, because that was not my area of what I worked on. So
okay, that's fine. So if you're watching this in the future, just
Yeah.
contact Shaun. He will get you to
We'll
where
be-
you need to go,
visit-
or contact
the
the
what-
chamber. We will be more than happy to connect you with the visitor, Visit Hamilton, Ohio, and get you connected with them.
I know the website will be, we purchased the domain visithamiltonoh.com. So I
Okay,
got that. That I know, we did buy that.
okay. Well, that could be helpful. So at least
Yeah.
someone at that point could track you all down, because we're,
Yeah.
and so the chamber's more than happy to help funnel information.
Sure.
If anybody's watching this weeks, days, and months from now, we will get you to the right place if you need some more information about visiting Hamilton, because we're certainly excited about the Renaissance Hamilton's going through, the excitement. Everyone is, so many things are popping up every day. Definitely exciting time in Hamilton.
Very, it is exciting.
So, Shaun, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for being with us today.
I appreciate the opportunity to share what's going on. And again, this right now, just being on the verge of things popping. So I'm excited about what's going to happen. So when you start to see things happen, you join in and be a part of it. But thank you very much for the opportunity to share what's happening.
Thank you. We'll be back for another coffee and conversation on Tuesday, April 25th, 9 to 10 a.m. Like I said, they're all on our Facebook, so you can always go back and view the resources there or visit our YouTube channel. We have all of the coffee and conversations saved on there also. Great resources there. We're finding people are going back months and months later to check out some of our resources. So we're super excited. We will see you all in a couple weeks. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
See y'all.